Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Masterclass. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I hit a creative wall, and I hit a creative wall the size of the tree that Frankie crashed into, the one that cost him his life back in the last episode. But I'm back. Hey, I'm back, and today I'm coming with a super interesting topic related to cars. And we're gonna cover all aspects of vehicles in Project Zomboid, from types of vehicles, why are they useful, how to level up mechanics, and all the good stuff. So buckle up because we are going for a ride. But before we hit the road, if watching me barely survive in Project Zomboid sounds like a good time, well, I will be starting streaming this week, so if you want to know the details, hop onto my Discord as I will be posting both the schedule and the theme of the stream there. Okay, so let's begin by answering a very basic question. Do vehicles actually matter in Project Zomboid? And the obvious answer is, of course they do. They are one of the most essential pieces of survival equipment anyone could ever need. You see, vehicles not only provide means of transportation and distances. Guys, distances in Project Zomboid are huge, and you can only start appreciating those distances once you start exploring the entire Nox County. But it's not only transportation that's important. Vehicles act as an escape tool. Whenever you end up in a dicey situation, you can use the vehicle to move away from danger. They are also absolute must-haves for any kind of larger loot runs. Imagine towing 200 kilograms of loot on your back. Impossible. Vehicles can also be weapons, and very efficient weapons. You can play zombie bowling with vehicles. Almost got a strike there. I think that was an 8 out of 10. Some vehicles can be used to lure zombies into specific locations using their sound systems. And since they are just mindless corpses, they will not know that.
That's bait.
Leave that sound on for a while and they will all think it's a party, and there is only one thing you need. Something to crash the party, like a Molotov cocktail. Works every time. That is, of course, if you throw that Molotov cocktail exactly where you want to, and not like in this example. But yeah, the second one absolutely did the trick. Not only did it wipe out this entire horde, but also managed to burn down this entire building, which was unintentional, so kids, don't play with fire. And this trick obviously works with regular cars as well, as the zombies will be attracted to the engine's noise, but sirens are far more effective, so fire trucks, police cars, they work best. And apparently, some people use cars to make walls out of them. I personally never tried it and have no experiences if this is an efficient way of walling out your base or not, but if you have and have some experience, share with all of us in the comments. I mean, guys, cars are an essential layer of Project Zomboid gameplay, and this is exactly how Indie Stone actually designed the entire vehicle layer in game. It's one of the most in-depth and complex aspects of Project Zomboid, and let's dive into that now. Cars are split into three separate categories: the standard cars, the commercial, also known as heavy-duty vehicles, and performance, known as sports cars. Now, each one of them has their own manual, which is an equivalent of a typical recipe magazine, which opens up the ability for your character to work on a given vehicle. And this is something that we don't really think about when we play the game, but every single vehicle has a set of characteristics, and the table here displays all the different characteristics that each vehicle has, and as you can see, there are a lot of them. And it's pretty common sense that cars do differ from one another when it comes to things like, trunk storage or engine force. But did you know that there are differences in occupant protection? Now, I didn't know that, and I found this really interesting. So, the base game has 14 different models of cars, and there are countless more added through various different mods, and it's important to know these things as they will increase your survivability and also allow you to choose the right car for the job that you want to do. I mean, if you want to tow something, you're not going to use a cyber truck, right? That's not a truck. But car characteristics are not the only thing that impact the performance of the car. As you see, cars are made of car parts, and these car parts differ from one another. There are 3 different types of car parts. You've got the old, the regular, and the performance type of a car part. And believe it or not, they actually differ from one another. As shown in this example, different, higher quality brakes equal higher brake force. This is something that can save your life. It didn't save the life of Frankie, sadly. Okay, so now let's switch gears and talk about finding cars and how to use them. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really proud of myself when I came up with this segue. Finding cars is absolutely no issue. Cities are full of them. Finding car keys is slightly more challenging. You see, car keys could be either inside the car if you're lucky, or, as in this example, sometimes zombies near a given car might carry keys on them, so it's worth checking for loot. And there are also these rare occasions where car keys can be found in the houses at which these cars are parked. But if none of these methods actually appeal to you and you do not like to be at the mercy of RNGesus, then you can always hotwire cars. Hotwiring cars is absolutely worth every single minute you will invest in grinding mechanics and electrical to reach those baseline levels required for it. In order to unlock hotwiring cars, you either need to hit a level 1 in electrical and level 2 in mechanics, or start your character with a burglar occupation, which has this unlocked by default. And how to hotwire cars? Well, first you need to get inside of the car. If you're using a mod called Common Sense, you have the ability to pick the lock in the car. If not, and the car is locked, you need to use brute force and just, break the window to get inside. And once you do that, you just press V on your keyboard to open the context menu of the car, and you have the option to hotwire. This way, this car will always be available for use. So finally, we have a car. We've managed to get inside, we either have the keys or we've managed to hotwire the car. Chances are it's not going to be in super duper condition and will require some work. And this is where the skill of mechanics comes in handy. It's a skill used to uninstall and reinstall vehicle parts. Skill points can be gained by both succeeding and failing to repair various parts in the mechanics menu of the vehicle. And I have a personal love and hate relationship with car mechanics as a skill in this game, because it's both super hard to grind and super easy to level up if you find the videotapes. Finding the Carzone videotapes is absolutely essential in my opinion, because watching a single tape will get you from level 0 to level 2, which is a fantastic baseline to start working on cars. But if you're unlucky enough to not find a single Carzone episode, or if you've already hit the maximum amount of XP that you can get off the videotapes, well then you're down to physically working on cars to gain experience points. And you're not going to be able to work on cars without the proper tools. So let's talk about the tools needed to be a car mechanic in Project Zomboid. These tools are a screwdriver or some form of wrench. In this case I have a ratchet wrench, but a regular wrench is better to work on the insides of the car. Stuff like doors, engine parts, seats. A jack, a lug wrench or any type of tire iron, and a tire pump to work on vehicles' wheels. And also, pretty important, a rubber hose, something which is necessary to siphon gas. It was not necessary in build 41, but as of build 42 you are unable to siphon gas without having a rubber hose. And the funnel I just carry with me for immersion purposes. And there's also this tire repair tool, which I've never used my entire life, but hey, I found it, so it's nice to carry along with other tools. And at this point, guys, I know you're dying to work on cars, but before we actually do that, there is one more graphic that I need to pop out for you, because this is something that's not super clear, and I think it's worth knowing. And what is it? Well, it's the difference between engine condition and engine quality. And engine condition is pretty straightforward. Think of it as your engine's hit points. The lower it gets, the higher the chance the engine will fail at some point. And just like you can drink a magic potion to improve your hit points, you can also work on your engine to improve its condition. So this is a parameter that will be changing over time, and you have influence over it. Engine quality, on the other hand, is something that's predetermined at the creation of the game and has a direct effect on the engine's ability to start and its power. You see, every time you try to start an engine, there is a check that's being performed in the background of the game that determines if that ignition process is going to be successful or not. The formula is displayed on the screen. I'm not going to explain this completely. You just need to understand that the higher the engine quality, the higher the performance of the vehicle and less issues with it. It's pretty straightforward, but this is a parameter that will not change, will always stay the same, and will impact your vehicle's performance. And this vehicle right here is a great example of a jackpot. This has an engine quality of 99. Very rare to find such a good conditioned vehicle. And normally I would not work on such kind of a vehicle because it's in a really good condition until I would wreck it somewhere on a tree outside of Rosewood. But whatever. But I did move to West Point for a few days to work on this video for you guys. And I picked this one to begin the process. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to film here. Can you please not bother me for a moment? Thank you. That will be highly, highly appreciated. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Where was I? Vehicle choice. Yeah, so you see, I made the wrong choice. You should not start with heavy-duty vehicles when you're practicing mechanics, and that's simply because they have a slightly higher difficulty level and you're more likely to fail in the process of either removing or putting a part back into the car, and every single failed attempt of putting a part back into the car is gonna damage it, and in the end it's gonna break it and you will not be able to use it anymore. You do get experience points even if you fail, but you get more experience points if you succeed. So if you have a choice between a heavy-duty vehicle or a standard vehicle, go for the standard. As you can see, multiple attempts to put the suspension back in. I succeeded on like the 4th attempt. Now let's see how it looks with a standard vehicle at the same skill level, so you will have the comparison. Just one attempt needed for both the brake and the suspension. It's not always like that, but I found that the probability of success is much higher. And I'm about to hit level 3 here, and I just wanted to mention that when you're working on cars, you can actually work on pretty much everything that's inside of the car. Headlights, wheels, brakes, suspension, doors, windows, you can even take out seats. All of these things give you experience points. However, it's important to know each part will give you experience points only once. When you're leveling up mechanics, you cannot just take out a suspension, put it back in, take out a suspension, put it back in. No, you need to work on different parts, and you will need to work on different vehicles because effectively you will not be able to get so much experience points to level up mechanics all the way to a respectable level with just one car. There's just not enough parts. So Gertrix, what is a respectable level of mechanics, you may ask? And my answer here is very simple. It's level 5, and let me tell you why. You see, most of the actions that you are able to do with mechanics is pretty much unlocked at the very start of the game. It's not like carpentry that you can only build stairs if you hit level 6 or 7. You can do pretty much anything with cars at any level of mechanics. You only increase your success chance having a higher level. That is with one exception though, and that exception is fixing engines. And fixing engines is, in my honest opinion, the most important thing that you can do with car mechanics. And why level 5? That's because at level 5 you are able to work on heavy duty vehicles. And let's face it guys, most of us will drive either some sort of a pickup or maybe some sort of a military truck. And these all are considered heavy-duty vehicles, so you need that level 5 to keep those cars in good condition. And I'll be very honest guys, it does take some time to get to that level 5. It's obviously much easier when you have those mechanics books, but it's absolutely worth it. At some point, if you're really planning to play the long game, hitting that level 5 to keep that favorite truck in the mint condition is a must-have, and you will not be able to avoid it. So patience, as it is with anything in Project Zomboid, always pays off. I also wanted to talk a little bit about mods for vehicles, but I've been yapping for almost 15 minutes, so I think I'll pass on this, and if you want, I'll do a different episode on that. But I wanted to send you off today with a few safety tips. Tip number 1. Use cruise control. This way you can control the speed of your vehicle and not drive into unexpected objects, just like Frankie did. Poor Frankie. If by any chance you don't know how to use cruise control, you just hold down left shift and either accelerate or brake, and your car's desired speed shown in green will either increase or decrease. Tip number 2. Be mindful of roadblocks. Those are especially dangerous on all kinds of different highways across Knox County. And you know, I've been there. I was watching YouTube while driving. I mean, come on, what can happen to me? Well, this can happen. Now imagine hitting that going 85 miles per hour. Now chances are you're not gonna survive it. Tip number 3. Tow away obstacles. You see, from time to time you will encounter these abandoned cars in the middle of the road. Chances are you will smash into those vehicles, and if you're lucky you will get out uninjured and with your vehicle still working. And when you take that road 3 weeks later, of course you will remember that specifically in that place there is a abandoned car. No, you will not remember. You will forget it and you will smack it again. So the best thing to do is just tow it away. And if by any chance you don't know how to tow things, you do exactly the same thing as you would do with trailers. You approach them, you smack that V key on your keyboard and you select attach. See? Much better. Safe now. Remember those 3 simple safety tips and you will likely not share the same fate as Frankie, who got complacent and figured out that he's the king of the world, and now he's laying in a grave next to a small river just outside of Echo Creek. And guys, this video has been already super long and I feel there are still things that I have not addressed. So let me know in the comments what I've missed, because I'm sure I've missed a lot of different things related to vehicles. If you're really interested in me doing a separate episode on vehicle mods, let me know in the comments. I will add it to my list of future episodes. If you made it this far, I just want to say I really appreciate this. Not sure why, but making this particular episode became super hard for me. I really struggled with putting all of these things together. But if you like what I did and you like the episode, I would really appreciate if you let me know by dropping a like under this video. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. This community is growing, and when I started releasing these videos, I would have never imagined I would be getting close to 1,000, which is pretty amazing. If you want to connect and chat off YouTube, feel free to hop onto my Discord. And that's pretty much everything I've had prepared for you today, guys. As always, I'm Gertrix. Cheers.